My wife and I and my daughter Sharon and then Mr. Casaus and two of his kids got to go to Wayumi, which is a camp that teaches about what it is to go into a tribe someplace in the world that doesn't have their language in written form, that the missionaries have to go in and learn that language and then teach the Bible, teach them how to read, teach them the gospel. It was eye-opening. It was fantastic, and I loved DC. But I would say for me, my walk with the Lord and looking at things that are really important, I would say Wayumi even brought that more home for me, and I would hope every high schooler would get a chance to go because it puts things in perspective.
One of the favorite things for me was we went to the Library of Congress, and Thomas Jefferson has always been one of my favorite presidents, very interested in him. And we actually could see like his personal study, like the books he was reading at the time of him writing very important documents such as the Declaration of Independence. And to see the amount of books that were, his Bible and his theological books from all the great theologians of England and Germany, and just to see how invested he was like truly in God and like how that was affecting, the way he wrote these important documents and the way he was helping to set up the foundation of America and how invested he was in the Bible.
Well, just being there and seeing where the forefathers lived, walking in their homes, learning about their daily life and how devoted they were, and step by step asking God's advice and asking for his wisdom. And the whole country was founded based on the want of religious freedom and the Christian beliefs. So to see it come to life and be more personal it's a really crazy thing, and it's really special. And how our country was founded on that, and yes, now it's been pulled away, but you just have to keep bringing to the forefront why it was here in the first place, why they wanted to come here.
In the Bible Museum, there was tons of exhibits about the effects of Christianity on different facets of life. There was all kinds about music and movies and all kinds of topics, even the moon landing.
The Lincoln Memorial, to see Gettysburg Address on one side and his second inaugural address on the other side, that basically it's a sermon as opposed to just a political statement, and to see the faith of men like Lincoln firsthand written in stone, that was an amazing thing for me.
The first president, George Washington, his faith being played out in politics, and understanding, hey, this isn't my stuff, this is stuff from God.
If we look through history through the eyes of a Christian, we can see God's hand in multiple situations. It has sent out the most missionaries of any country. It is a Christian nation, even though it's on the decline. But there are still hints of Christianity in American entertainment and in just the personality of people and what they believe.
We see where we have come from, to see where we're going, and to kind of get back to those roots is really important.
Because current culture is trying to erase it. They're trying to eradicate it from what children learn and how they're brought up.
The Christian roots go back all the way to the beginning, and they're such an important part of our foundation and the founding of the country that just studying it and understanding the men that built the country and the amount of work that they put in and the amount of faith that they had was super important.
Because if we don't recognize where we came from, it's very hard to see where we ought to go. Because if we slip and forget the sacrifice that our forefathers made, that they were willing to risk their lives, their fortune, everything for this country, and to be grateful and to recognize that they built something very good, and we ought not to let that slip away.
I thought the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was pretty cool.
Oh,
being able
yeah,
to actually
that was
go in awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was cool that you could like see how they like, cause I don't know, like when they're guarding the tomb, they're like all like formal, but then like actually seeing them like joke around. Like,
Yeah, that was really funny.
We went to the Holocaust Museum, and I've studied the Holocaust very thoroughly, but just to be there and to see the intensity and the gravity of the situation, and some of the first-hand accounts, there was a couple ladies there who were actually Holocaust survivors that we got to meet and talk to.
I think the Holocaust Museum was a pretty important place to go. The whole museum just had an atmosphere of just heavy, solemn. Everyone understood the impact that event had and the importance across the whole world.
I think everyone should at least go to DC once just to see all of the memorials. And when I was walking through the Vietnam Memorial, just seeing all of the names there from every American soldier who had died in it, and the 3 soldiers, there's a statue that we're looking at it. I think I would want everyone to see the memorials of major wars and whatnot, like the Korean War. And the World War II Memorial was just beautiful. And I think that'd be the main thing.
To see the Christian foundation, to see the actual like Gutenberg Bible, to go to the Bible Museum.
At the Bible Museum, they had a cool Old Testament walkthrough.
I would say going to the Bible Museum. The Bible Museum, again, it's that personal, really putting you in the middle of, there was one floor where it was you were walking through almost like a village in Israel, and you were seeing the inside of what the kitchen might have looked like, what everyday life might have looked like, what their job might have looked like. It makes it more real.